What is the process? How do you actually get this lead, get them to book, right? Get them to inquire, get them to actually give you more details, get them to get on a phone call with you. How do you get them from point A to the second point in that pipeline being B, C, D, where they're actually now considering you and actually starting to potentially get ready to pay you some money, right?
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put it.
All right, what happened there? 5 function of business, or a 5 function of a well-functioning business, well-oiled fucking business that actually makes money. Hopefully these 5 function, if you guys can assess them, look over them and figure them out, you're going to be able to figure out what portion of your business may be lacking. And I'm going to fucking spoiler alert, it's not option 1. It's not the first one. It's the most common one that most people put a lot of effort into and a lot of fucking money. And that's lead gen. Lead gen is the first point of the first foundation, the first function of any business. For a business to do well, there needs to be lead gen. So how are you moving people through your pipeline? How are you getting people into the business? How are you then getting them to become a client? How are you getting them? Where are you getting them from? Right? That is lead gen. We need a lead gen system, strategy, or process. Okay. Which brings me to the second point. How do you work the lead? What is the process? So the second function, process. What is the process? How do you actually get this lead? Get them to book, right? Get them to inquire, get them to actually give you more details, get them to get on a phone call with you. How do you get them from point A to the second point in that pipeline being B, C, D, where they're actually now considering you and actually starting to potentially get ready to pay you some money, right? The process of which you go through, how you work that lead, what they go through, and it could be systems within the business. It could be like, for example, with us, when someone comes through in a lead gen process where they come through organically for us, it's they then move into our website. The process then takes them through an inquiry form. That inquiry form then takes their data. We then create an automatic booking. After that booking, they get thrown into a pipeline, and in that pipeline, they go through like a nurturing process on the back end where they start to get client testimonials, success stories, our core tenants, and so on. Right, this all happens before the actual sale. That is process. Function number 3 is the actual sales process itself. Sales, right? How do we actually get them through a conversation with the core emotional needs being met that allows them to actually want to buy, where they're in green brain, where they feel excited, where their remorse is low and their spend is high, right? What is the sales process? And more specifically, is it teachable? With sales, we want to make sure that uniformity is key, right? So for a business to function well, you need to be able to bring a sales team in at any given time, sales individual, team, manager, whatever it might be. You need to be able to give someone your system, and it needs to be able to work at a predictable rate, right? Obviously, people buy people, and the way we use tonality, the way we say things matters. But if people follow your pipeline and your system and your process, you should be able to have goalpost target points that are actually successful, that are reasonable and predictable. Right? Your sales pipeline, your sales process is really, really crucial. Fourth, we have fulfillment. Okay, fulfillment is very, very important, but often it gets under-delivered. And if I was to put a priority of where you need to pay some attention, and what's most common from what I see in businesses is fulfillment lacks massively, right? A lot of people are putting so much importance on their lead gen. How do they create more social media awareness? How do they get more attention? Where do they put, are they putting money into ad spend? What's their CAC? Like, how are they actually getting these people in? And people put a lot of time, money, and effort there. Whereas if you just focus simply on your fulfillment, how well you deliver on your product or service, how good it is, you will go far, because perceived value will increase. You can charge more, you can keep more people, your lifetime customer value goes up. And then into that fifth model, that fifth foundation, that fifth function of business is the ascension plan. Are they ascending or repurchasing, right? What's your process for ascension? For any business that sells product or service, there should be an ascension or a resale rate that is tracked. How well do you get from people from product A through to product B that is at a higher price point? How well do you move them through that value ladder? And how good are you at getting referrals and creating a referral system that not only do they ascend up your ladder of value, they purchase things in cross-sell, where it's like potentially, if we look at fitness, where they're then purchasing activewear from you, then purchasing supplements. That's all cross-selling through either the same business or a sister company, something like that. And do you have a process where you can actually get them to refer people in Is it strategical? Do you have a system in place, or are you just sporadically asking people for a recommendation or numbers or contacts? If you're doing that, you're missing out on a big portion of Ascension, because Ascension, if done well, feeds back into lead gen, and you're getting free leads, free to low cost, and they're coming in way hotter because they've already got a friend in the business. So Ascension is a very important part of this process too. If I was to put an order of priority, fulfillment would come first, Ascension would be second, process 3, sales 4, and lead gen 5. Hopefully that helps. If you guys can assess your business, look over your business, and figure out what portion of these functions that you might not be hitting well, really, really good way for you guys to grow and see some gaps in the business.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.